Hello friends, this is Mark Anders again, coming back to you with another video on trying to help people who are dealing with mental illness. And if you haven't been to my channel before or seen the videos I have, you can go to my channel. I have all of my videos that are listed there. It's called Finding Hope in Mental Illness, and this channel was set up and designed to help people who are dealing with mental illness or who have dealt with it, or for people who know somebody that could use a message like this to help them deal better with their own mental illness. One thing I want to stress is we'd love to have you as a subscriber. And to subscribe to the channel is very easy. You can just look down at the bottom right hand corner of your screen. You can see a little red button there, icon, that you can subscribe there. But if you want to go straight to my channel and subscribe, where you can also click on the notifications button, you can go down below the screen here and look at the title of my video. Out to the left you'll see my picture. Tap on my picture if you're on an iPad or iPhone or Android. It will take you straight to the channel there where you can subscribe and or hit the notifications button. If you want to know when I'm going to put another video out, if you found these videos or any of these helpful to you, you can click on that notifications button so that it will appear to you and come up, alert you that another video has been put out from my channel. So I want to advise you to do that. You're not signing a contract or anything, but if you subscribe, there may be something here that has already helped you, and that may lead to other things that can help you that I have to say, from covering a wide variety of issues related to this subject. Today's video is a little bit unique, but it's practical. Today I want to talk about tips to help manage the day-to-day. You're right in the thick of it. You're dealing with it. You may be depression, maybe schizophrenia, anxiety, OCD, anorexia, any number of mental illnesses that you are affected by. And you just kind of think about, some days get really hard, and what kind of things can you do to get any sense of joy or any sense of life out of living with mental illness. And I found that there were several things that helped me a little bit along the way. The first thing, of course, is your medication. If a doctor has put you on medication, I wouldn't advise you to get off of it without consulting him first. Some people have gotten off their medication maybe too early, and they found out that it went bad for them, and it went downhill, and everything got worse for a while. You may be feeling better after taking your medication and feel like you don't need it, but if you don't continue to take it, your symptoms can return. So I would advise you to keep on taking your medication as prescribed by your doctor. It's very necessary. I take medication, as I've said before, for prevention, and have and will be taking it for the rest of my life. I don't always like to take it, and I don't always like the side effects, though there are very few for the medications that I take. But I take them because I know that's probably my best chance of not having my symptoms return. So be sure and stay on your medicine, and if it's not working or making it worse for you, tell your doctor about it, and maybe he can switch and start you on another medication to see if that will do better for you in the long run. But there were several other things that come to mind when I thought about all the stuff I did when I was really at my lowest. And all of us have a routine in life. We get up, we do certain things. It may be a limited routine, as it's become more and more for me as I've gotten older and retired. But there's routine things that you do, little things here and there. And it's good to have some sort of a regular routine that you stick to. It will help you feel, I think, a little bit more secure to have sort of a track to run on every day of what you're doing. There's certain things you look forward to doing in your life that you have to do. If you work, then that's a tough one when you have mental illness trying to work and you're waiting to get off. I can sympathize with you there. But to try to keep some kind of routine, and especially when you get home. One of the things that I had that really kind of helped me along, and this has been probably 25 years ago now, I can remember it at the time, there was a favorite show that I had that I watched. That you might remember the show The X-Files. And every night when it came on, there was just something about that music for that series and just watching those in the quiet of the evening on my own that sort of helped me. It was sort of soothing to me to watch it. It was something for me to look forward to. We all need something to look forward to, particularly in these times when you're battling with depression or other types of mental illness. You need something. God help us. Give us something that will give us something to look forward to. A favorite show could be that. Something that you in particular like, and you like to watch it alone or with your spouse or girlfriend, boyfriend, whoever. But I always watched them alone, and it was just sort of soothing in its own way, watching that particular show. Another thing that can help you manage the day-to-day, and some of you probably already have it, are pets. I had a cat back then. I had actually a couple of cats. One was pretty much my favorite. His name was Max. And it was always a blessing to me to have him around. He was a quiet cat, but he would come near where you were, and for me, he would jump up in my lap, crawl around and lay down and start purring. And for some reason, just having that unconditional love from that animal, my cat, it was helpful to me. It was in some way helped me, and it may help you too. You may have a dog. Dogs were just too loud for me. I didn't really want a dog, especially an inside dog. But a cat was quiet and soothing. It was always there for you. You know how they are. I'm an animal lover anyway, but I do especially like cats. And so if you don't have an animal or anything like that, a pet right now, you might consider that. Or you may already know the blessing of having an animal in your house to help you with mental illness. It does help, I do believe. One other thing that I might mention that I did, this was back when I was still a pastor. It occurred to me one day that I was really suffering with this and going through a hard time, but it occurred to me that maybe I ought to reach out to other people. Not necessarily anybody with mental illness, but there were a lot of people in our church that needed visiting. They were sick, or they had a family member. They were a family member in the church, and they had asked me to go visit them or something. Or there were always people in the nursing homes, or people bound to their home, can't get out. And I found just by going to see these people, in the face of what I was dealing with, that in a little bit of a way it helped me being able to try to help them. You know, we reap what we sow. When you have people that are in need themselves, you realize you're not the only one that has needs. And just by reaching out in your own circle of friends or family or acquaintances or church member also, it can be a help to you. And it was always a help to me to reach out to others. When you're going through the valley with deep depression or things that are just making you crazy, I mean, you may spend time crying from time to time, which I did, and you feel so down and you feel like you just got to go lay down and get away from it all and everything like that. It's very, very difficult. But one of the things I always felt like I needed in my life was I needed something to always keep something to look forward to every day. If we just have something to give us something to look forward to every day when we're face to face with this and having to deal with it, if it's just a little thing, it makes a big difference to be able to have that, whatever it may be. You might watch a ball game. You might watch your grandchildren play. You might just sit down quietly where it's really, really quiet, doze off, take a nap, whatever. But there are things that we can still look forward to every day, because without it, it's not going to go very well for us. Medication can help us, and it often does, but sometimes it doesn't help us to the extent that we would like it to. And so we need activities. The last thing I would say is that it was always helpful to me to try to keep my mind off of it. Now, that was the hardest part. But I would, on purpose, multitask things. I would be doing something on my computer or on my iPad, playing a little game or something. There's lots of little games you can play that are harmless enough that can give you something to do, and it helps pass the time really, really well. But I might be doing something like that on my iPad or on my PC, and then at the same time be watching something on television, trying to do 2 or 3 things at one time just to keep my mind occupied on something besides having it on that and thinking about how bad things were for me. It really makes a difference. If you can think of 2 or 3 things that you can do at one time just to keep your mind busy, it can pass the time, and it can help you to a certain extent keep your mind on what's going on. I've said before that mental illness is something that will eventually go away in most people. It will last longer when it's chronic in nature, but it can go away pretty quick, and you'll be restored to your normal self. So you have that to look forward to at some point there. But there are people you can talk with. And I only advise really trying to talk in depth with people who've been through it or who are going through it, who can identify with what you're up against. But just trying to keep your mind off of it, trying to keep your mind on something else all the time, because it's going to be there anyway, and it's going to bother you. But eventually, it will go away. And we thank God for those times that it does go away, even though it may be temporarily. Where if you're like me, you're awfully thankful to have a time when it at least eases off for you. These are just little practical things that I mentioned here in this video today. You're taking your medication, you're going to see your doctor periodically, he renews your medications, and you're going through the day-to-day, and you need something to keep your mind busy and occupied. Maybe some of these suggestions have helped you or will help you if you were to try them out. So I want to thank you for coming back. If this is your first time, thank you for coming for the first time to listen to one of these videos. You'll find that they're very short, and that's on purpose. But they're meant to be pastoral in nature. They're meant to try to help you, to encourage in some way, to give you hope. Even if it's just from day to day, to give you a little bit of hope in your situation. You can leave me a note in the comments section. Maybe you'd like to want me to pray for you. Leave me a note. Send me an email. My email is down in the description section. Send me an email and I will pray for you by name. I do that for several people already. But if you want to talk to me about anything else, ask my advice or just anything, I'm someone who's been through it. And mine has been chronic in nature. So years of my life have been taken away from me, I feel, because of this illness. But I feel that because God has helped me get through it and work my way through it and still be here, that I owe it at least to people out there my bit of comfort and encouragement to say you can make it. You can get through it. It may seem like a nightmare at times, but you can eventually find relief. And we all thank God for that. So thank you once again for coming. Share this video. subscribe to my channel and click on notifications there. But share this with others. You may have a friend that may be going through a very hard time. They're always talking about the hell that they're in. Send them these videos. There may be something in one of these videos that I've said that will be of help to them in some way. So God bless you for coming by, and hope you'll be back for another video soon.